So week 1, presence. We're gonna start out in child's pose. And just start out with connecting to your breath. Reaching the fingertips to the top of the mat, spreading all 10 fingers wide, and pressing down into the first knuckle. And as you breathe in and fill up with air, think of expanding the chest and upper back. And as you exhale, with the new space sinking a little bit deeper into the hips. Downward facing dog, tuck the toes underneath and lift the hips up. And you can move here. It's a really fluid practice, so especially if you're doing this first thing in the morning, you want to be gentle with yourself. You want to be kind to yourself. As you find a little bit more space, as you breathe in and press down into the foundation, and then breathe out and let the joints soften a bit. Maybe bending the knees, lifting the tailbone up just a little higher, tractioning the spine. And then walk your feet up to the hands, little tiptoes. Knees can bend as much as they need to here. Finding ragdoll, grabbing opposite elbows or letting the arms hang. Connecting back in, feeling your body, just feeling what you feel. Whatever you feel is just how it should be. It's just perfect as you are right now. Rooting down into the foundation again of both feet. Firming up the muscles and the thighs and the core. And then slowly rolling all the way up to stand, Samastitihi. So palms face forward. Shoulders lift up and come gently back. And we pull the pit of the belly in, we pull the front ribs together. Beautiful adjustments, Debbie. And just stand and be. Getting present to what's going on in your mat today, knowing that it'll be different every time that you arrive here, every practice. Breathe in, fill up, and reach up, mountain pose. Exhale, fold. Breathe in, lift halfway, and bring the hands to the mat. Breathe out to high push-up. We're gonna hold here for a moment. Breathe in and fill up with air, sending energy out of the crown of the head, stacking the heels over the toes, pulling the pit of the belly in and up towards the ceiling. Breathe in, get long. Exhale, lower down halfway. You can always drop the knees down here. We want to keep the shoulders lifted. Breathe in, upward facing dog. Tops of the toes come down, heart shines through. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Noticing what's shifted in the body, what's moving. Maybe you need to make some noise, clear the throat. Anything that happens right here on your mat is just absolutely perfect the way that it should be. You have a wide base here, keeping the fingers spread wide, pressing down into the floor, lifting up through the core. Big breath in, fill up. Exhale out, and bring the feet to the hands, light as air. Root down into the feet, lift halfway, sending energy through the spine, so soften the knees a little, send the tailbone back a little more, hug your shoulders into your thoracic spine. There we go, beautiful adjustments, and fold. Root down and rise up to Thunderbolt. And in Thunderbolt, we want to drop the hips low. You can leave the feet hip width apart, or you can bring big toes to touch with about an inch between the heels. Either option is fine. Pulling the pit of the belly in. And with every inhale, we want to get a little more air in the upper back and chest. Exhale, fold, standing forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high push-up. To low push-up. To upward facing dog, and you can take this on your own breath. To downward facing dog, exhale. Right foot between the hands, warrior one. So taking up lots of space on the mat, sending the back heel towards the back corner of the mat, bringing the front knee over the front ankle. And the intention is to bring the right hip back, left hip forward. And then to breathe and move a little deeper, and then to expand a little bit more. Big breath in and out. Bring the hands back down to the earth. And you can take it through a vinyasa flow. That's high to low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Left side, warrior one. Left foot becomes between the hands. And we'll hold here for 3 to 5 breaths. Feeling the alignment in your body. So really finding the connection to the ground. Filling up with air, creating space. And as we come back into the theme of week 1, also just being present to whatever it is that's going on your mat. Maybe your mind is racing. Maybe you hate this flow. Maybe you're not sure why you're doing it. And know that that's all okay. That's right where you should be right now. Breathe in and reach a little higher. Breathe out, keep all of the length in the body as you come to high plank. To low, to up dog, to down dog. And that's finding your flow right there. The breath that moves the body. Right leg to warrior one. To warrior two. So here we square the hips off to the side wall. Heels are in alignment. We're reaching the arms to the front and back of the room. And reverse warrior. We reach forward to go up and back. Trying to keep the front thigh in the same position as it was for warrior two. And on the breath, move through a vinyasa. Awesome breath. Left side, warrior one. Warrior two. Sinking a little deeper. It's always okay to adjust. Let's bring the front foot forward a little bit. There we go. It's always perfect to just adjust. And then reverse warrior. Reaching, breathing, moving. Big breath in and out. And let's cartwheel the hands back down to the mat. High to low plank. Up dog. Down dog. Jump the feet between the hands. Beautiful. And come on down to a seat. Boat pose. You're balancing on the sits bones, pulling the pit of the belly in, finding the foundation again, lifting the feet up as high as you can. Even an option here to straighten the legs. We'll do 3 breaths in this pose. And with every breath, we're grounding down. We're lifting up to find space for new possibilities. And we're releasing something out. Maybe that's an expectation of when the pose is going to end, or if Mallory knows how to count, which clearly I don't. And we will move to crow pose, which is a weird transition, but that's okay. So maybe come up to mountain pose or yogi squat. That's what I get for teaching from a book instead of doing my own. And on here, Debbie's got a beautiful crow. If you've never done crow, spread your fingers wide, hands are under the shoulders. Get the spine really long, and then just lift the hips up. Rest the knees on the outsides of your upper arms, and then just lift one foot at a time. And she makes it look so easy.
It's really not.
Way to go, Debbie. It's not easy. And gently come back down, maybe into a yogi squat where the feet are wide and the toes turn out. We press the hips down to lift the spine up. Breathing in, feeling the ground under the feet again. Breathing out, releasing anything that came up. You know, we're just the worst at how we talk to ourselves, maybe when a pose doesn't go the way that we want it to. So just taking the opportunity this week to become present. What's that track that goes on in your mind? You know, what comes up? You know, my default was to be like, oh my gosh, Mallory, you know, I took her from a boat pose to a crow pose. What's wrong with me? But through yoga, I'm able to just, you know, not take it so seriously. It's the beauty of what I found in yoga. And then Debbie, if you just release back down to a comfortable seat, we're going to move to seated half pigeon. So place both feet in front of you, and then bend the knees and cross one ankle over the opposite knee. Yeah, a little bit different. And then take both hands to the outsides of your hips and press down into the floor. Let's turn the palms to face, fingers face the back of the mat. And then breathe in and lift the heart to the ceiling. And then we're going to breathe in again to prepare. And we'll go right into three-legged tabletop. So just lifting the hips straight up. We'll take a couple of breaths here. And gently lower hips back down to the earth. Let's stretch the left foot out on the mat. And we'll let the right foot follow it. Breathe in, reach up with both hands. And exhale, the hands by your sides for staff pose. And we'll go to single leg boat. So we'll bend the left knee towards the hip and lift the right leg up. Yeah, and the front shin is going to actually lay down on the mat. Sorry, the left shin. Yeah, there you go. And then lift the right leg up. Single leg boat, yeah. Yeah, I know. There's a couple new ones in here that I looked at and I was like, oh, okay. We'll go with it for Baron. And then taking the left arm to the outside of the right shin and opening up to the side wall. Twisting lifted leg pose. Breathe in and get a little taller. And then breathe out and gently come back down. We're going to let the right leg rest on the ground. Easy forward bend. Reaching for the shin, the ankle, the toes. Flexing that right foot. Breathing in and breathing out. Finding some softness in the neck, the shoulders, and allowing the head to rest. And then gently coming up. Take the left foot on the outside of the right thigh. Straight leg seated twist. Yeah, so you're gonna just bring it just across the knee. There you go. Rooting down into both hips, lifting up through the spine, finding release in the shoulders. And gently unwind. And you can place the left foot besides the right foot. And we'll go ahead and go on to seated half pigeon on the other side. So bending the left knee, crossing right ankle over the left thigh, rooting the hands down to lift the heart up. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to lift the hips up into tabletop, three-legged. And use the opposition of pressing the knee down and then pulling in and up with the core to lift the hip up. Yeah. And gently lower back down. And place the left leg out on the mat, reaching to the front of the room. Single-legged boat. So this one was a little bit strange. I didn't explain it very well. So let your right leg open up like you're going into reclining half pigeon, and then lift the left leg up. And the left leg's gonna hover. Yeah, and you're gonna lift it up as much as you can. And the hands can either be by your sides, or if you want a little more of a challenge, they can reach towards your lifted leg. Yeah, beautiful. And that's it. And then finding that softness in the joints here too, as we breathe in and out. Then we'll breathe in and reach the right hand towards the left shin and open up the left hand to the back of the room. Now we're in a twist. And lifting the shoulders up and back to help take some stress out of the spine. And then gently releasing back down, easy forward bend, just reach for, keep the right leg bent, and just reach for the left foot. Big breath in, and out, and fold. On the next breath in, we'll lift up, and take the right foot on the outside of the left thigh. Straight leg seated twist. Again, grounding down into the hips, feeling the ground under your heel. And then exhale, unwind, reach both legs forward, seated forward fold. Allowing the knees to bend as much as you need to so that you can reach for the toes. And give your tops of your feet a little massage. And then release the feet. And come all the way down onto the back. Hug the knees into the chest. Happy baby. Or dead bug. And now you've arrived for Shavasana. Release the feet. Allow the legs to rest on the mat. Palms turn up to the ceiling. Taking a moment to just tap back in. Become present to what feels like it's shifted in the body. Maybe you feel sleepy now. Maybe you feel more energized. Maybe you feel like you have more space, more focus. And whatever it is, just acknowledge it. And thank your body, thank yourself for showing up onto your mat. And then hug the knees into the chest and roll onto one side. And then come come up to a comfortable seat. We'll take 3 breaths together. Bring your hands to your heart. Feel the skin on skin. Tap in. Thank yourself for making the time for you today. Namaste.